hours ago, sitting underneath the window, trying to find some place to raise my mind. Something told me go, get up and head down the road, nothing left for you here in town. Down the road I went, for the rest of my life I spent chasing after glitters and gold. So long been gone, I'm putting all my pain in my songs, hoping that they I just haven't sent. So bring my soul to rest, when my body's done and the pain is in my chest. For death I do not fear, God's in my heart but the devil's in my head. God's in my heart but the devil's in my head. So once again, I started living my life in sin. I gotta keep a check on my ego. It's up and down, I guess everything comes around. Bite you in the ass if you don't show. So bring my soul to rest, when my body's done and the pain is in my chest. For death I do not fear, God's in my heart but the devil's in my ear. God's in my heart but the devil's in my ear. Gotta look inside, inventory and swallow my pride. Make sure that I keep myself in check. Be a better man, just trying to follow God's plan. Make sure that I don't end up a rat. So bring my soul to rest, when my body's done and the pain is in my chest. For death I do not fear, God's in my heart but the devil's in my head. God's in my heart but the devil's in my head. God's in my heart but the devil's in my head. God's in my heart but the devil's in my head.
Where does the name come from?
I started the band a few years back, and I grew up with a band called Dread Clampett over in Destin, and I was like kind of liked how they did that play on a hippie term and like in a country thing, and that was Jed Clampett and dreads, and so that was my kind of idea with it. And I knew nobody had ever used the word heady before, and it was the most hippie term I knew. So I was like, how am I going to use heady in a
What does
band
Heady
name?
mean?
Heady just means like cool, or like it's a like hippies use it for anything that's like
Yeah.
cool and hippie like, I
Yeah.
guess. Like or music. It could be anything, really.
Something that looks psychedelic.
Yeah. I mean, it could be
essentially, or related to such things.
sure. You know, it could be a heady song. It could be like a heady glass piece or something.
It's heady, man.
Added to the vocabulary.
Yeah, and so I just started thinking, and it was really a joke at first. I wasn't gonna. I had a lot of serious names that I threw out there, and then I also threw out Heady Tendergrass, and all the guys were like, "That's it," and I was like, "Okay," but it was just came to me because I was like, "Heady, what's Heady?" I was like, "Teddy Pendergrass," and it just kind of Heady Tendergrass makes sense. So Teddy Pendergrass is a soul artist, if you were not familiar, from the '70s, R&B. And
Love it. Yeah. What's kind of the inspiration behind the band's? Is there a hippie aesthetic behind the band? Would you say?
I'm a deadhead
Yeah.
at heart, and I think Ross is too, and maybe got a little bit rubbed off on Mason too.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of from that community to begin with. So it's just something that came naturally, I think. So we also have a somewhat of a kind of country background, maybe not country, but bluegrass, or
Sure.
we're all from the South, so
Right.
it's just what we're inundated with.
Yeah. No, I think it fits for sure. When did you guys start? What was the?
So Ross and Mason have been with me in the band about a year or so right now, probably about
Something like that.
yeah. And I started it probably 2.5 years ago with a couple of other guys.
Sure.
At a friend of mine, Melissa, my friend Squeak, his wife Melissa was battling cancer, and we had a birthday party, and they asked me to come play. And my buddy Jamie Cook showed up. He played guitar, and then our other buddy Victor showed up with a stand-up bass, and we just played a bunch of songs. Everybody really liked it, and we decided to keep doing it, and we formed the band then.
That's fantastic.
Those guys have kind of moved on and are not living in this area right now. So I knew Ross from Red and the Revelers, and
Sure.
and he introduced me to Mason, and the trio has been really good. And we have Brooks Hubbard play with us whenever he can. He plays with several other bands, but whenever he's available, he'll play mandolin with us too. And
Yeah.
and so whenever we can get him as an addition, it's a lot of fun too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Headed in the right direction.
yeah.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Heady Tendergrass. We got Joel, Ross, and Mason. Yeah, I liked what you said about how Ross and Mason were brought onto the band. I kind of like how the local scene, you got guys who transpose into different bands. Ross, what's it like kind of balancing between the Red and the Revelers and Heady and any other acts that you might be?
It can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to learn a whole lot of songs and attempt to remember them at the gigs.
Sure. I mean, yeah, like bringing the standing bass in here for Heady and playing different instruments for different bands.
No.
Yeah. What's that like?
Oh, I mean, it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
Just electric and upright bass is what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I play guitar and sing too, but that's
Right.
a whole different story. We're not here for that.
Yeah.
I think Ross is probably the best bass player in this area.
Oh,
Honestly.
yeah.
He's been. There's a guy that paints
Right.
bands, and he's probably the most painted guy out there because
Oh,
he's
yeah,
been in so many
you
different
can
bands.
make a couple calendars with all the Robbie Aminette
yeah, Robbie.
paintings of
Shout
me.
out to Robbie.
Yep.
Shout out Robbie. That's funny. Yeah. So you guys have some unreleased songs on social media at least, and what's the plan going to be with releasing them to the world on streaming platforms?
We're getting started on recording some. Mason and I have recorded one so far, and it's just a matter of time and budget and getting everybody together to put them down. We've played them several times live and stuff I've been working on for a while, so it's just a matter of kind of getting it all to come together.
Sure.
So we can record. Yeah.
Yeah, Mason. When it comes to the songwriting process, let's say, How do you guys kind of designate those responsibilities?
Well, so far since, our involvement, Joel definitely, he has the idea, he writes the songs, and then we, collectively add what we can. I think Ross and I both are good at having an ear for the idea of the author of the music,
Right.
and we're able to kind of feel out these songs and add, what feels right with them. And that's been a pretty natural, organic thing so far, both with our style of playing and his style of writing. It's really been a great cohesive experience to come together on, and I'm looking forward to writing together. I think that would be
Yeah,
a great experience.
We started developing some of the songs that are already written, or adding 2 songs and stuff like that. But it's starting to come together, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, it's how many songs do you think you guys have?
I mean, a lot. I mean, we play probably 10 to 15 different originals, throughout our set. Sometimes, I try to do a whole set of originals when I can during any of our
Yeah.
shows, but I have books full of music, but we just haven't really developed those songs yet. So the ones that we've developed that we're ready to record, we probably have 10 to 15 songs. Yeah.
Sure. Man, yeah, it'll be awesome when you guys release it. What were the 2 songs that you guys performed?
So the first one we did was called "Devil in My Ear,"
Yeah.
and then the second one was called "Unsteady."
Unsteady.
Yeah,
Of course.
"Unsteady" is just kind of a ode to all of my musical heroes.
Yeah, I love the nod to Mr. John.
Yeah, Dr. John's.
Oh, Dr. John, yeah,
he's one of my big ones.
Yeah.
And Jerry's in there if you didn't understand that, but you're talking about Jerry Garcia, and so it's definitely one of their favorites. It's one of those other things that I kind of did as a joke, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, it's great, let's keep doing it." And I'm like, "It is a good song." But Heady Tendergrass was a joke too, and that
Yeah.
kind of stuck, so it works. I
If-
guess I like having comedy in some of our music as well as very serious stuff. I do a lot of very sad songs, but I also like doing stuff that's funny and whimsical and
Yeah.
clever.
It fits the hippie aesthetic.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And country music has done that forever too, so it's
Sure.
definitely fits within that bill. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, man, I really like kind of the style that you 2 guys bring to the table. When it comes to integrating 2 guitars, how does that change your approach, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
I play what I know. I do what I feel, and as Joel's typically oriented on rhythm and playing out the chords, as they are in a way that, as a platform to sing on top of, I can't play lead and sing.
Right.
I can fill, throw fills in there a little
Right.
bit between the chords, but for the most part, that rhythmic playing out of the chords then is a foundation for him to do the vocal work, and then for me to do lead work on top of it and kind of add that layered dimension and texture to it.
That's great, yeah. It's like you're on the front lines and he's kind of back there with the sniper. He's taking control, but you're out there battling.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he was speaking to as well is both of these guys have just a very natural ability to kind of hear what my idea is
Sure.
and kind of make it happen.
Yeah.
And so that's what our fit has been so great. It's just like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I can't play everything. I'm not as good a guitar player as Mason. I can't play bass. But I have a vision for a
Yeah.
lot of these songs, and it's hard to, work with somebody that doesn't necessarily understand that vision. Both of these guys seem to already know that vision too,
Sure.
or like they hear what I'm trying to do with my songs, and
Yeah.
they just like, oh yeah, that's where it goes. And it's been working out really well and fitting in, and we've been becoming more and more cohesive as we've played more and more together.
Right.
Yeah, and Mason and I have been playing together for the past like 7, 8 years in a bunch of different projects.
Yeah.
A bunch of different songwriters, some original stuff, and like playing a lot of covers. And he's been my lead guitar player on solo, like duo gigs.
Nice, yeah.
So I mean, we kind of know where each other's going musically
Sure.
more often than not.
Developing their chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joel. Whenever you started the Heady Tendergrass idea, I imagine that you had some songs originals that you were creating at that time, and maybe you had some guys that you were playing with initially.
Well, not really, actually. So I sang in a band in high school, but I didn't start playing guitar. I taught myself guitar during COVID. So started writing songs when I started kind of teaching myself guitar.
Gotcha.
And so I wrote a lot of really bad songs during COVID, and then it got better. And I've had a lot of other musical mentors that are friends of mine that have encouraged me and let me kind of get up on stage during their
Yeah.
sets or whatever, or set breaks, or let me play my stuff, and that kind of got my foot in the door just to get over the nerves of getting on stage and stuff. But yeah, it's been fairly new. So no, I wasn't really playing with anybody before I started it. I'd written some songs, but
Right.
most of what we've been doing has been developed since the band started.
I
so.
see, gotcha. Yeah, I guess I was more so wondering just how you kind of understood them to fit the vibe of what those songs were intended for.
Well, I guess it's just a feel and a repetition and an experience thing. I met Ross through our mutual friend where he plays with Red and Revelers.
Yeah.
And great band. And became great friends with all of those guys. And we would jam on the back porch.
Yeah.
And he'd bring his upright, and he brought it one time, and it was like magic to me because it was a bass player that was just playing everything that I was like imagining in my head for my songs, and I was like, oh, and it just felt so good.
Yeah.
And he didn't join at that point, but then after I lost my bass player, I asked him to come on, and he was more than happy as long as it fit within his other schedule. So
Yeah.
it's been a blessing so far and been really fun. I've had a lot of fun playing with these guys, and
Yeah.
it seems to keep getting better, and every show seems to get better, and so it's I'm excited to see where it will go.
Absolutely. Ross, what's the bass has 4 strings on it?
Yeah.
Was that a question?
Well, no, just because I'm not really familiar with the standing bass like
Okay.
that. This,
Just the way he said it. He's like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's fine. Anyway.
right.
Okay, continue.
The ability to kind of match the vibe of a song or like fill that role, it's, I guess, just break down kind of the because with 4 strings it seems like a simpler task, but it's a very important task. Just
Well-
break it down to somebody who's unfamiliar.
with bass, like the lack of the other 2 strings definitely doesn't make it any easier, because like the job of the bass player, besides matching and complementing vibrations, is to do like rhythm and harmony at the same time,
Yeah.
and like lay the foundation for everything.
Yeah. He keeps the tempo of our songs. He's the band leader when we're out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, if the band's not listening to the bass player, they're probably not very good.
Right.
In Mobile, we don't talk about change, we work for it. At Dexter's Boxing Gym, this is where confidence is built, punch by punch. No gimmicks, no excuses, just real training for real people. This January, we're offering a new membership plan designed to help you stay strong and stay consistent. New year, new me. Mobile's home for boxing, Dexter's.
At Roosters, we are committed to using quality, locally sourced ingredients as often as possible. That's why we partnered with Bayou Corps Farms to take their heirloom corn, locally grown in Bon Secours, and use it to create the corn flour for our new always fresh corn tortillas. Our other partner, Tortilleria E&H in Daphne, receives the Bayou Corps corn flour and uses it to make the tortillas. The heirloom corn tortillas then get delivered to Roosters, where they are used to make our signature tacos. The end result is freshness and flavor you can't get anywhere else. Roosters, for the love of food.
I've got heroes, I've got pride. my songs, hoping it'll solve. All hooked on something with a good old bag. Drugs, booze, money, and women will always leave a man sad. I wanna sing like Sergio, learn to pick like Billy, write songs like John Prine, hold a crowd like Jerry, Chris style like Dr. John, crank out hits like Petty. Just like all of my heroes, I'm a little unsteady. We've all got problems, write 'em into our songs. And if you feed us our vices, sing 'em all night long. We're all hooked on hoopers, on the downers too. But every time I use that stuff, it always leaves me blue. I wanna sing like Waylon, learn to pick like Willie, write songs like John Hartford, hold a crowd like Jerry, crazy style like Colonel Bruce, crank it like Jerry. And just like all my heroes, I'm a little unsteady. Well, I'm addicted to the music, the way it makes me feel. I gotta practice or lose it for that next gig in Mobile. We're all hooked on something with a good old bag. Drugs, booze, money, and women will always leave a man sad. I wanna sing like Sergio, learn to pick like Billy, write songs like John Prine, and hold a crowd like Jerry. Crazy style like Dr. John, crank it hits like Petty. Just like all of my heroes, I'm a little unsteady. Just like all of my heroes, I'm a little unsteady. Yeah, I like it.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa, 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 don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof! Have you guys ever performed in Kentucky?
No.
No, I have not.
I have.
Yeah.
I have performed in Kentucky a long time ago. I thought you meant collectively, like as a unit.
Right.
No, I played in Kentucky. I forget the venue. I think it was called the Warehouse, and I don't remember where in Kentucky. But I remember they've got like little plaques on the walls of every artist who's played there, and my dad actually played there in the 80s, opening for Blue Oyster Cult. In a band he was in, they opened for Blue Oyster Cult. You know, I'm Burning for You, Don't Fear the Reaper, all that.
Right.
And at that venue, and so I like remember sending him a picture. I was like 17 at the time, and sent him a picture of that plaque, and he was like, "Yeah, that's where we played and everything." It was cool. And then the next night we played in Clarksville, Tennessee. This band that I was in like it's like a nautical themed grunge band. It was like surf punk, surf rock. It's a really cool project. Yeah, I don't remember playing in Kentucky any more than that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful up there.
Sure is, yeah. Bluegrass. Tell me about the Eslava Creek sessions. That was in March that you guys did it.
Well, I don't know. He had Jamie and Victor playing with him on stage at that, and I was really just there for the campfire jams to provide my upright for it and break up the guitar party that those turn into. But it's a really fun time. It's a really fun time there at Ryan Balthrop's place.
Right.
Like, just most people come and, you know, set up tents and camp out, and you have some really awesome music all day long for about 2 days, and, you know, everybody parties, and there's a campfire.
Yeah, it sounds special.
It's very special.
Sure, yeah.
And it's right there on Eslava Creek.
Right.
So you got some nice waterfront and that old
Gators.
yeah, you might see a few. You might see a few, and then Dustin Dustin the light guy. Rudzinski. Yes, that's how you say it. Dustin Rudzinski. He's got he'll do like all these like really cool projections up in the trees and just create the whole vibe, make everything real nice and trippy.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, the Ensalada it's really magical. Actually, we're gonna be playing hopefully at Winterfest. They're gonna be having at the same place in October. But Ensalada was it's these songwriter sessions that Ryan Balthrop has his house probably like once a quarter, maybe, or a couple times a year at least.
Yeah,
he does 2 or 3 a year, maybe 4. I don't know how many. And he brings out
Christmas in Eslava.
a group of songwriters from this area, but also around the country. You know, we had somebody from Minnesota and Colorado out there, and everybody gets a chance.
Stephen Wade Scott.
Yeah, Stephen Wade Scott. Yeah, there's a bunch of great. It was really awesome because I got to meet so many other musicians and songwriters and got to perform and got feedback, and then we had campfire sessions at night where everybody could just jam around. It was and it's small. There's a good group of people. Everybody's real chill, and I mean it's a great time. I mean I really have had such a good time out there.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
I actually have a good story I need to tell before, but like the first time I met Ryan was at one of these. It wasn't in Slava, but it was at one of the Winterfests, and I walk up and I know who he is, and I was like, "Hey Ryan, you want to smoke a joint with me?" He's like, "Hell yeah!" "You want to go ride jet skis?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" It was like sunset when the music's going. We're riding jet skis back there. I was like, "All right, we're best friends." So.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, the next one he's doing is around Halloween.
Yeah.
He's doing like a Freaky Creek trail
Freaky Creek.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Epstein's Island, Ryan's Eslava.
Yeah, there's
There's a difference.
Sounds like a titty party, doesn't it?
They're supposed to have some like haunted house stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a haunted trail on his property and the property that's like connected to his.
Right. Creepy
And-
Creek. We call it Creepy
Creepy Creek.
Creepy Creek. Yeah.
Creepy
Freaky
Creek.
is a little
involved.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what he's calling it.
I like that.
But
creepy does seem a little more fitting.
But yeah, Red and the Revelers
Let the freaks out.
are supposed to play that. At least that's what he told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that, and then he pitched the idea of like me playing upright with my buddy Jay Stafford, who's an amazing mandolin and guitar player.
Yeah.
plays bluegrass and jazz and just knows like books full of tunes. And we're gonna do some like Django Reinhardt type music as like an opening act while people are wandering around the trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be a good time. Roundabout Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Awesome. Let's see.
And anything out there is really
Yeah.
cool. Ryan's a great guy, and what he's done with that property is really special. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad time out there. It's really really cool. You know, to have such a great musician and writer who's also all about the community side of it.
Sure.
is really a great thing.
Yeah.
Supporting other musicians.
Right, and I think that's really a testament of a musician is their ability to like, you know, be with the group, and
Yeah.
you know, because a lot of musicians do get heads about themselves, and he's not one of them. He's really just good dude.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I've really fallen in love with this area is because the large group of musicians I've become part of. You know, it's like this secret club that we're all in, and it's really nice. They've been very supportive and helping me, get myself out there. So there's been a lot of people around this area that I'm very thankful for.
Secret club, all right. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's not secret, but you kind
Yeah,
of
no. If you're if you're one of those people that doesn't really know what to do with yourself in the Mobile Bay area, and you can't find any friends, just find the music people.
Yeah.
You'll find a good time.
Yeah.
No,
That's what
yeah.
I tell just about anybody on that, like those Facebook groups. Like, I can't find anything to do here, anyone to hang out with. I'm like, come to some shows.
Yeah.
Like you'll find a good time.
Yeah, you'll
And
never.
you
have
never
that.
see
I mean, when I
anybody
came-
fight at those types of shows
No,
either.
and like when I came back when I came back here like 10 11 years ago, like, I mean, I went to high school here and all that, but when I came back here like 10 11 years ago, like, and started gigging, I was like, "Oh, here's where all the people are. Here's where all the good times are.
Yeah,
This area is great."
for sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I was itching to leave after high school, and I did, but
yeah.
the music community really helped me.
There's nothing like watching live music.
Yeah.
Just to add on what you're saying, I just love watching Mobile as well. It's like in a bigger city, it's kind of packed and there's just a little chaos. And in a smaller city, it's not as much. But
Yeah, it's like we all kind of know each other a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're like, it's not like, it's
And also, Mobile as a town just keeps improving.
That's right.
I've seen it do nothing but improve.
That's right.
Over the past decade.
yeah, shout out Ryan Balthrop. I should definitely get him on before the next one.
Yeah.
So, we were kind of touching on this earlier. What do you think really makes Heady Tendergrass stand out as a band?
I mean, for me personally, I think we're trying to be different, but also kind of pay homage to all the things that we love. So we try our best to be as original as possible. I try not to cover songs that everybody else covers.
Yeah.
We do pretty deep cuts of everything, and then we do originals so that it's more of an original show, even though we are doing some covers in there. But I think we're fun. We like to have fun. We like to make jokes in our music, but we also like to make good Americana, bluegrass, whatever you want to call our genre. Because I don't think it's one thing either. I think it's kind of a mash of several things. It's not country, but it's not really bluegrass. But so
It's funny. It's definitely like a risk to play like a deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody knows it, there's no better feeling.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about deep cuts, like half those people just think they're my originals anyway because they don't know the song.
Yeah. It's a win-win. Let's see. The Alabama Gulf Coast Music Hall Songwriters Festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got that was a great opportunity for me. This is very new. We've only been playing a few years. The three of us, less than a year. So really, I've just been trying to put myself out there as much as I possibly can and like ask to be involved in any songwriting, any kind of showcase, anything. And that was the first one that I reached out and said yeah. And so I got in at last minute and was able to go do, you know, three original songs up there, and then meet 100 other musicians. And you know, that was another great connection. I've you know, some of those guys have come to my other shows, and
Sure.
I've gone to their shows, and they've come and we've played together. So it was just another great way to be more involved in the musical community around here, and meet some of the other songwriters. And really, you know, I think I learn a lot by doing those types of things. I go watch somebody else, and it gives me inspiration for the songs I'm working on.
Yeah.
So.
Is there anything in particular that you've learned from any of those festivals watching somebody else?
Yeah, Joey Collins has like this one note solo that I really liked that he did. He's like, bing, you know, so I'm gonna steal that from him.
Yeah, at least you gave some tribute. That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What's in the future plans for Heady Tendergrass?
You know, we're trying to get some stuff recorded, and hopefully eventually be able to do some small tours. I've got a friend that has talked about wanting to promote us in some different areas around the Southeast, and so that's, you know, hopefully I'm going to be doing some of the songwriters festivals coming up, the Frank Brown and some of that other stuff. And Mason and I play at Sunset Point just about every Sunday night, and also I do the brunch there, and then some other dates. So we do a duo there that's kind of the Heady Tendergrass duo. But really we want to, you know, keep developing our songs and hopefully be able to get on bigger stages, you know, just kind of exactly what Red and Revelers are kind of doing, following their footsteps
Sure.
a little bit, and just try to keep growing, getting better, developing our sound, you know, and honing our craft, and, you know, making good music, just having fun.
Absolutely. No, I'm excited to see where it takes y'all, and sky's the limit. It's good to have Ross on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am very lucky to have both of these guys, and I feel very lucky. Anytime Brooks plays with us, I'm like, I'm not worthy, you know. That dude's he's
Brooks is
crazy.
an alien.
Yeah, he's probably the best musician I've ever met. He's just, and he's fun and whimsical too, so it makes it all lines up.
Where's the let's see, where are you guys going to be performing first weekend of August? So not this weekend, but the next, you know?
Mancy's on the 1st. You're talking about the weekend after the 1st?
Yes, sir.
We will be Sunset Point that weekend for sure, and then we will be at Sunset Point on Saturday and Sunday. Oh no, Beauchamps. We'll be at Beauchamps in Destin.
Beauchamps and Dust.
Beauchamps in Destin Sunday, 6 to 9.
Let's go.
We're playing the 5th, right? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, you're playing. I think you're
Because
playing with me on the.
What's on the 5th?
No, on the 9th.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about?
You asked about
August 5th.
Yeah, you said y'all available August
I don't think I
5th.
got it booked.
Okay. Right
I'll
on.
confirm it with you when I
was
book
the
them.
Brickyard?
That's like
October 22nd.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
October 22nd.
Yeah, because August 5th is my birthday. So
Okay.
I was like,
I tried, but I didn't get one. So I
that's
tried.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's happening with all the Soundwave gigs and that Grateful Dead band I'm in right now.
Yeah.
Ross has so many shows.
Yeah, Ross plays in everything. Yeah, we'll be at the Brickyard on a Thursday coming up in October too, October 22nd.
Awesome. Yeah. Is that your first time doing
Yeah, that's our
Brickyard?
first Brickyard. So it's our first foot in the door. So we're excited about that one. We play a lot in Baldwin County, and we've been playing in Destin for a while.
Yeah.
But Mobile, we played at the Merry Widow. We got to open for East Nash Grass a few months back, and would love to play there again. But this is our first first Brickyard show.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I'll see you guys there. I love the
Heck
Brickyard.
yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate you guys, and really excited to listen to the album when it drops and see you guys go on tour.
Thanks,
Cool,
man.
man.
Yeah, we're working on it. We'll get there.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Yes,
us,
sir.
man. We appreciate
you,
it.
Wayne.
So,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another podcast. See you guys in the next wave. Peace.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.